Good afternoon, my lovers. I'm back out. I've got the wrens with me today, and let's see if we can find something epic with it. Yeah, I've got the big coil, the big one. It hasn't got any discrimination. Well, sort of has, but not as good as the little white coil, which is a double D with you know, discrimination a bit better. So this is just like the equivalent to the sort of like the real big coil, but smaller. I reckon if I use this a lot, that will help me get used to the bigger coil, I think. Possibly, maybe, allegedly. Right, what I've been doing is walking round, swinging the big coil a foot from the ground. So what you do is you walk around with the big 1 metre coil and you swing it about a foot from the ground. So I thought, well, I did a field a few weeks back and I had the little white coil and there was a iron pipe under the ground and I was getting that iron pipe from like metres away. So I figure this coil, this one, would do more or less the same thing as a bigger coil, so it should sound off from even further away. So I thought, well, why don't I walk round and swing this coil and be, you know, a good foot from the ground. And lo and behold, I've got a signal here and I've just swung the CTX over it. Sounds quite nice. It could be something decent. I still think it's probably more like the iron. It's just given a nice squeak. But there is a like iron splatter on the screen that's definitely saying iron and large iron at that. That one, I can see it. It's large iron. Is it? Not sure. Still could be a relic though, even though it's iron. I did once dig up a spearhead, Saxon, Anglo-Saxon spearhead. What's that? It's a shell. A little cockle shell. It moved, I think. Oh, well, I wouldn't say it was large iron, but it's fairly big. I might have to swing the coil 2 feet from the ground. Because if I swing it 2 feet from the ground, any large lump of iron, I just swung it over me spade and it was getting the spade from like well over a metre above the ground. So yeah, I'll swing the big Lorenz coil higher above the ground. Right, this was my next large iron signal. I was getting it well above the ground. One of them. You know, if I keep doing this, one day it will be a hoard of 50,000 gold coins. So what I'll do is I'll walk over the spade with the coil over a metre above it. Right, let's try 2 metres above it. So as you can see that this coil should, in theory, pick up big lumps under the ground. And then it's just a matter of looking at the numbers to make sure it don't look like iron. So it's just a matter of getting some good ground. Now I was hoping to get on some good ground today, but the pesky farmer next door has put electric fence in. Ah, bugger. And it's sounding off like brilliant targets everywhere. It's a bit annoying. But yes, I'm going to switch now over to the CTX and we'll see what we can find with that. Oh, sounds like cack. I'm gonna have to go get the pointer. The problem is I'm carrying this thing around with me today, and they do not like pinpointers. There it is. Ah, it's a squished lead bullet. Musket ball, methinks. Let's hit something hard. On to the next. Is it one of them ringy things? Not an annular buckle. No, it is horse tack. Ah, this also came out of the ground, look. Burnt flint. Burnt flint. Oh. That's a good sign, that is. Oh, I reckon I got something here. Oh, thimble. Yes, I got a thimble. Oh, a bit close to the power lines here, you can hear the CTX sounding off. Yep, that is a thimble. A big one too, look. Lovely jubbly. Right, I've got the signal here, it sounds really good, and I'm going to move it over live, just in case it appears. Oh. Ah. Yeah, it's just a piece of cack, but it sounded really nice. Oh, that sounded like cack on the surface. Right there. Oh. What was that? I hit a bit of glass. I have to go careful here. Did I even have it in the right place? Might have been something else. Well, that's got to be cat, surely. Hold on. Oh, sounding off all over the place. I'll get back to you. There she blows. And there's the pin. A round buckle. Getting it a foot from the floor. Could be a hoard. Yeah. Still in there. 12:45. Ground is rock hard. We haven't had rain for months. Oh, I can see something. I can see something. I'll get you a bit closer. Right, I'll try and block you from the wind noise. There it is. It's a thing. Right, is that all of it? Because that was a big signal. Yeah, intermittent, that's usually rubbish. I'll put the coil back over the hole in a minute. Right, what is this? Take my glasses off. Looks like some sort of a clock mechanism type thing. Yeah, some sort of a clocky type mechanism-y thing. You can see where that goes. It goes up, clonk, up, clonk, up, clonk. Yeah, something to do with a clock, methinks. If you know, post below. It's now the next day, my lovers. I'm back out. Well, thanks to everyone for joining my new YouTube channel. I've got a signal down here. I dug it out and the coin has flipped out. It looks oldish. Yeah, it looks old. It looks oldish. What's that on there? I can see a harp. That's a bit weird. There's a harp there. Look, there's Britannia seated, I think. And there's a harp. I think it's a harp on one side. What's on this side? Is it even a coin? Right, I'll give this a bit of a rub-a-dub-dub and get back to you. Yeah, I do not know what this is. It looks like a harp there. Looks like Britannia's seated. There's a great big wide band at the bottom with, I can see a 9 and a 2, but I can't see what the other numbers are. And this side's much worser. Don't think I can see a bust at all. Right, off and running. Well, for today that is. This signal sounded a bit iffy on the surface, but we got some old pottery. Yeah, that's quite old. See the holes in it? That's how you can tell it's quite old. A bit more. Oh, it's too shiny for old. Oh, I must have broken that bit. Anyway, we've got a signal in here. It sounded pretty iffy on the surface. What's that? That is a rock, I think. Right, it's in there. I think it's going to be cack, personally. I can see rust, I think. Oh, no, perhaps not. Oh, no. What's that there? It's... No, it's at least it's non-ferrous. Just a bit of copper. I think there's a bit of all sorts in here. Anyway, don't need that pottery, it's not that old. I want medieval pot, or Roman, that'd be nice. Oh! I got a new dead cat on top of my camera, so I should get less wind noise. Hey? Ah, there she blows. It's, oh, is it a spoon? Is it a spoon? It might be a spoon. Let's just turn that off. I'm not sure what it is, actually. I can't see where it would mount. I suppose it could mount there, but that's rubbing off. Let's give it a rub on the trousers. The magic trousers. It could have mounted there. It's just like a little boldy thing. Is that a hole? No. Right, if you know, post below. Bit iffy. I can't see it. Getting surprisingly quite a few signals for it, considering the ground is extremely dry. Oh, what's that? Didn't break that, did I? No. Any maker's name? No, can't see one. That was a pipe. Bit of a pipe bowl. Oh, what's that there? Looks like rust. That looked like rust then. Oh, no, saying that, what's that? Oh, that's a coin. It's been down there a while. Let's give it a rub on the magic trousers. I can just make out a bust facing right. Just about. And that's about it. Oh, I got fluff getting in the way of my lens from my new dead cat. Yeah, it's on there somewhere. Oh, this was a right proper iffy signal. I've seen it. I was digging down it. I got it out. Looks vaguely Roman. Oh, that could be Roman, but I think it's lead. It's quite weighty. Is there something on it? Possibly stuff on it. Right, I'm going to see if I can get that cleaned up and get back to you. Don't think there's anything on the other side. Nope. Pity's been whacked. There's definitely something imprinted on there. Well, it kind of looks like it did have something on there, but it's had a good chunk taken out of this side and a gouge through the middle. There's something going up there, look. But what's on it? And some dots around the top maybe. Almost looks like the sails of a ship there, look. But I think it's probably just a trade weight lead. Oh, this was a really iffy signal that I almost didn't dig. And that's why, look, iron, copper. It's a bit of an old ruler. Almost still works. Oh, this was a banging signal right next to a piece of iron. So there's the iron. So it was masking it. And there she blows. Ah, good day to you, sir. Good day. Yes. It's a lovely coin. Lovely patina. 1938. Right, I better keep hold of some of these coins, these penny coins, because they can have faults that make them more valuable. You know, because I sort of just shove them in my pocket. You know, when they get a bit mangled in there with all the rest of the cack that I find. So I better make sure these are in pretty good nick to put them somewhere. Lovely jubbly. I think I found a relic. A relic. Oh, look at the state of them nails, Cleggy. Oh. It's a chunk of bronze. That's always a good sign. I'm not sure if it's a pot leg or something else, but it is a good big chunk of bronze. Lovely. Oh, that could be a coin. Right, here's the big reveal. It is a coin. There's the impression. Just missed it. Oh, it's got a counterstamp. It's been counterstamped, I think. Right, I'm going to get this one cleaned up. Hello, George. And I'll get back to you. Hello, George. Yeah, King George III. And I can read the counterstamp, and it says Hill. H-I-L-L. Now, I'm pretty sure the reason they used to counterstamp coins was if a monarch would pop his clogs, what would happen in the colonies, the islands abroad, they'd have, oh, you know, how are we going to get a new round of coins? So the little bank on the island would get all the coinage in, and they would stamp it with a stamp, so that the new monarch, so it sort of nullified the old monarch, king, queen, let's not be sexist, and it would sort of give legitimacy to the new one. So they would counterstamp the coins until they got a batch of new ones in. And that's why I think they used to counterstamp. Could be a pesky button. Ooh. Right in the middle of the hole. Ah, that's bound to have got it. Bound to. No, it's going to be in here. Oh, get off, Mr. Root. I can see it. I think I can see it just there. It's just there. Oh, oh. Is it a relic? Is it a bit of a shoe buckle frame? Oh, I think it might be. Might be shoe buckle. Oh, yeah, it's shoe buckle. Bit of an elaborate piece of a shoe buckle frame. There's the little hole it goes into, look. An elaborate piece. Lovely jubbly. Oh, I thought this was going to be cack, but I think it's a relic. It was quite deep, and it's got that turquoisey green sort of colour. Here it is. get the soil out. See that turquoise green? That's indicative of age. Looks decorated. So it's been whacked by the plough at some point. So it's got like a boss here, little dots around the outside. And then it's got another bit sticking up the top there with another sort of boss with dots around the outside. And then there's another one here, look, with dots, and another one there with dots. And it's been whacked by the plough. I don't think I'd want to straighten it, it might break. So whatever that is, it looks old. Right, I'm going to see if I can clean it up a bit. Yeah, there it is. I managed to clean it up a bit, straighten it just a touch, so it looks like it would have been flat. That could be quite old. They did have thin stuff in the old days, but it is quite thin, so it could be Victorian. It's got these sort of rounded bits, look, round there. And I think it probably would have been round there, but it's degraded. So whatever that is supposed to be, I do not know. If you know, post below. Go, I do not know what's going on today. I have detected this spot because it's near to a very old building hundreds of times, and today I'm finding loads of stuff. It's just like that episode of the detectorists that they've been detecting that field, and only today it's giving up its treasures. You know, that's true. What was in that episode with Lance and Andy. I've just found something else that looks old. Is that a button? If it is, it's a funny shape. Oh, it's like a teardrop. Possibly a button, possibly not. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Ugh, my nails are dirty again. I keep digging holes with my fingers, that's what it is. I don't wear gloves. Oh, this took a bit to find. It'd fallen out, and I thought, hey, where's it gone? The ground, this dry soil, everything seems to be falling out and disappearing. Good day to you, Mom. Good day. Uh, 1878, I think. Can you see that there? That's a farthing. It's funny how it's green and brown on the top, look. Lovely jubbly. The problem is with this spot here, it's next to a really old building, but everything I've been finding near to the building is sort of 500 years upwards to a modern day. If we really wanted to find something really old, we'd have to do what Alexander did on Holt's hammer, where he stripped off about 1.5 feet of soil directly off of the surface of the ground, and that way we'd get down onto the older stuff. Because you know, all these sort of, there's a lot of pottery and bits of pot and all sorts in here, and it's masking what's deeper. Yeah, that would be the only way. In fact, one time I was out with one of my other, you know, ex-newbies, and we came across a piece of ground that had a piece of soil stripped off and used to build up a road surface, and where they stripped off about 1 foot, there were signals and coins, silver coins, stuff everywhere. So that's the problem. What I have to do is, when I'm super rich from my other new YouTube channel, I'll invest in some like JCBs and stuff. That's what I think I'll do. Right, let's see what else I can find. This was a good foot down and was giving me a massive signal on the Lorenz. Massive. It is a huge chunk of iron. That's it, me lovers. I had a swing round with the Lorenz, hoping to find something super deep. I did find a huge lump of iron on edge. It was giving me conflicting signals with both detectors when I tried it. But you know, these things happen. and just still sort of learning the machine. I'll get there in a few years. I did eventually kind of get there with the GPX, so yeah, I'll get there and we'll be digging up huge hoards one after the other. Cheers!